Robert Kiyosaki, the most evil financial lie of our time. Robert Kiyosaki is truly a multi-talented personality. He's an entrepreneur, investor, motivational speaker, author, and also a financial knowledge activist. He's very popular for his series of books called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Kiyosaki is a Japanese-American who was born in Hawaii. He went to the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy soon after graduation. He graduated from the academy as a deck officer in 1969 and was honored with the Air Medal when he served in the Vietnam War as a gunship pilot. In 1975, Kiyosaki left the Marine Corps and worked as a Xerox machine salesperson. 3 years later, he started his own company that sold Velcro surfer wallets. The company did well for some time, but unfortunately went bankrupt. In the beginning of the 1980s, Kiyosaki tried his luck in a business that certified heavy metal rock band t-shirts. He sold this business in 1985. Nearly a decade later, after struggling to achieve success, Kiyosaki decided to retire at the age of 47. However, he rose once again in 1997 when he established Cashflow Technologies Incorporation. This company incorporates and runs two of his brands, namely Rich Dad and Cashflow. Kiyosaki has seen his fair struggle in life, and that's the reason he has some wonderful pieces of advice for the budding investors. In this video, we'll tell you about what is the biggest financial lie according to Kiyosaki and how you can change that mindset and be successful. Kiyosaki says that in 1971, the US dollar became fake because when US President Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard in 71, he made it illegal for Americans to own gold. He mentions that it was a crime of offense to own gold. Kiyosaki also lists 3 kinds of money today that you guys need to be aware of. One is God's money, and God's money is gold and silver, and then there's government money, which is fiat currency, which is the dollar, the yen, the rupee, the euro, and the won, so on. Kiyosaki says that this fiat currency is fake. Everybody's working hard for it, but it's actually like eating fake food or drinking fake water, but that's why people are getting sick financially, because they're working for fake money. Then there's fake assets, which was another part of the Millennial Fake Generation series. Kiyosaki gives a good reason why he calls gold and silver as God's money. He can't fake it. He says when he first started buying gold, it was only $1.40 US, which today is $16. God's money was here when Earth was created, and it'll be here when we're all dead and gone. When you're saving those fake dollars, fake ETFs, and all those fake stocks, God's money will still be there. If you look at what happened with the fake central bank, because the purpose of the central bank or the Fed or the European Central Bank is to pump out fake money. The actual purpose of central banks like the Fed is to protect the banks and not you as an investor. Kiyosaki basically calls them a criminal operation and recommends everyone to not save money in fiat currencies. Don't save government money because they're corrupt, instead save God's money, which is gold. If you'll notice, gold is more expensive in Argentina than America. If you live in a country like Argentina, it's more expensive because the spot price is relative to the currency of the country. So the people in Argentina, if they would have saved this, they'd been okay today. But they choose to save pesos, exactly like Mexico and Peru, which we can see the current condition of their economies. So if you look at why silver could be your best investment of all, is to look at what's happening around the world. Silver demand is getting higher and higher. Silver fabrication demand in China is at a record high. This whole thing never stopped, even in times of recession, even though the world economy nearly crashed. The demand for silver kept going up because silver is an industrial metal. Kiyosaki says that in 1972, when he was flying behind enemy lines, he bought his first gold coin in Hong Kong. It was a Krugerrand South African, which cost him $50 at the time. Today, the same coin's worth about $1,800 US. How? Did the Krugerrand get bigger? Or the dollar got worthless? So Kiyosaki advises you to save this gold with yourself rather than saving the dollar in the bank. The real reason behind this is that banks can't rip us off if we went back to the gold standard. The central banks, the Fed, the European Central Bank, or the Bank of Japan, none of them can rip us off if we start saving God's money. The author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad warned that the baby boomers' retirements will be stolen and that the $10 trillion in fake money spending is ending. Kiyosaki tweeted earlier this month, "Repo market inversion. Last time this happened was 2008. In 2008, I borrowed $300 million to buy great real estate at bargain prices. Time to get rich is here again. Time to get smart, not greedy." Emphasizing that weak businesses and greedy investors will fail, the famous author wrote. Be careful, recession and a crash coming. A growing number of economists and forecasters are now saying that a recession is on the horizon for the U.S. economy as the Federal Reserve continues to fight the highest inflation in more than 40 years. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon, for example, said this week that the risk of the Federal Reserve tipping the U.S. economy into recession is rising. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers also said a recession is the most likely outcome for the U.S. economy, not a soft landing. In October last year, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Block Incorporation and former CEO of Twitter Incorporation, predicted that hyperinflation will soon happen in the United States and the world. Recently, Mexico's third richest billionaire, Ricardo Salinas Pliego, also warned about severe dollar inflation. He recommended buying Bitcoin. In addition, Kiyosaki has warned about a massive crash many times. Predicting a giant stock market crash in October, he noted that after the crash, the US will slide into a new depression. He further warned that we're the biggest bubble in history. Last month, the Rich Dad Poor Dad author said the United States dollar is about to implode, recommending investors buy more silver, gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. He emphasized that the world is in trouble and the U.S. national debt is going through the roof. In the same month, Kiyosaki warned that the government will seize all cryptocurrencies. Nonetheless, he predicted the end of the U.S. dollar, noting that the Russian-Ukraine war is giving rise to crypto as a safer haven than the government's fake fiat money. So, follow Kiyosaki's advice and save on God's money rather than fake fiat money. Tell us in the comments what you think about this advice. Press the like button if you like the information. Also, tap share to share this video with your fellow investor friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such informative videos. We'll be back soon.